There be some sports are painful, and their labor, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs upon sore injunction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness I'd never like executor. I forget. But these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busiest when I do it.
Didst thou not kill this king?
I grant ye.
Dost grant me, hedgehog? Then God grant me too. Thou mayest be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
Then let him thank me, that hope to send him thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else. If you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber. But gentle Lady Anne, to leave this keen encounter of our wits and fall somewhat into a slower method, is not the causer of the timeless deaths of these Plantagenets, Henry and Edward, as blameful as the executioner?
Thou art the cause and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect, your beauty which did haunt me in my sleep to undertake the death of 1,000 worlds, that I might live 1 hour in your sweet bosom.
If I thought that, I tell thee, homicide, these nails should rend that beauty
He
from thy
lives and
cheeks.
loves thee better than he could.
Where is he?
Here. Why does thou spit on me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fowler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes!
Those eyes of thine, from mine have drawn salt tears. Teach not thy lips such scorn, for they were meant for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here I lend thee this sharp-pointed sword, which if thou please to hide in this true bosom and set forth the soul that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Nay, now dispatch, 'twas I that stabbed young Edward, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Take up the sword again, or take up me.
Arise, dissembler. Though I wish thy death, I will not be the executioner.
Then bid me kill myself, and I will do it.
I have already.
That was in thy rage. Speak it again. And even with the word, that hand which for thy love did kill thy love, shall for thy love kill a far truer love.
I wish I knew thy heart.
Say then, my peace is made. Do you ever think of yourself as actually dead? Lying in a box with a lid on it? Nor do I, really. It's silly to be depressed by it. I mean, one seems to think it is like being alive in a box. One keeps forgetting to take into account the fact that one is dead, which should make all the difference, shouldn't it? I mean, you'd never know you were in a box, would you? It would be just like being asleep in a box. Well, not that I'd like to sleep in a box, mind you, not without any air. Well, you'd wake up dead for starters, and then where would you be? Apart from inside a box. And that's the part I don't like, frankly. That's why I don't think of it. I mean, you'd be helpless, wouldn't you? Stuffed in a box like that, you'd be in there forever. Even take into account the fact that you're dead, it isn't a pleasant thought. Well, especially if you're dead. I mean, really, ask yourself. I ask you straight off, I'm going to stuff you in this box. Would you rather be alive or dead? Well, naturally, you'd rather be alive because life in a box is better than no life at all. I expect. Well, you'd have a chance at least. You could lie there thinking, well, at least I'm not dead. In a minute, someone's gonna come bang on the lid and tell me to come out. Hey, you! What's your name? Come out of there! I wouldn't think about it if I were you. You'd only get depressed.